Greeting fellow Africans, this is Bachuba Online TV. My name is Ibrahim James.
And my name is Firuz Rajab.
So today we are going to discuss concerning our Africa, as I said. So which part we are going to discuss concerning our Africa is concerning with agriculture. So yes. How as we African we do our agriculture, and what's the problem in our cultivation in Africa?
Okay, as he said, my fellow Ibrahim, we are going to discuss in this section for today about our agriculture and how we lose it, and the culture of another
country from Western countries.
From Western countries, I mean that. So we're going to discuss that issue for today. So what we thank you for all subscribers of our channel who are still commenting and who are still give us advice on what we are doing.
They encourage us on what we do as we young Africans. So we are grateful. Thanks for those subscribers of Bachuba and who are continue to watch us as young Africans. So as my fellow, thank you all subscribers of Bachuba. Let us continue with our topic. Let's start in agriculture on how, in that nowadays as we African, we know that our land is so beautiful, our soil is so fertilized naturally. Yes. So why nowadays we need fertilizer on growing up our crops? So that's the problem. And the problem is that when we cope with the system or with modern system which are from Western countries, which led us to fail on our agricultural activity, as we need we need much money in order to participate in our agriculture, because back in the days we know our fathers or our old fathers they cultivate or they do the agricultural activity without needing any fertilization or fertilizer to grow up their plants or their crops. But nowadays you can't even do that, the same thing as our fathers, our old fathers done. So that is the problem with of coping the modern system of using the modern crops or seeds which are from Western, I think,
yes.
Are industrialized from Western. So that's the problem. Our land is natural and need natural seeds. For example,
yes.
We have cassava now. Cassava is a natural plant or natural food, yes. Which grow without needing any fertilizer.
Yes, that is a point. But you see, back in the days of our fathers, the system of the cultivation.
Of course.
They take your seed and plant it.
Of course.
After that, there's no any fertilization, or there's no need after planting.
Of course.
They plant it and still for harvesting. So we see now the Western countries, they bring some seed from hybrid seed companies,
of course,
in order to decrease our natural food.
Of course.
Because this is the difference. Once you see that if you plant a modern seed on our land, Africa,
of course,
you can't harvest more product without fertilizers.
Of course.
This is the difference.
This is a big difference.
Yes, this is the difference.
Back in days and now.
Yes. So this is how Africans will lose our own culture and cope with Western cultures. That's why nowadays Africans we hear from some countries who are got hungers
and starve from.
So this comes after using these Western seeds.
Of course.
Mean that. So at the beginning we don't have this African die due to hunger. This is we are not appearing. But nowadays we appear because you can't harvest more product without fertilizers.
Of course.
So and those fertilizers kills ability of our land to grow. I mean that they kill the fertile of the land.
Of course.
So this is the problem. Just Africa, we have made a big mistake on receiving those seeds from abroad, the Africa.
Of course.
Yes.
and they call that modern agriculture.
Yes, modern agriculture.
But if you don't have enough money, you can't participate on that situation.
Yes.
So that is the problem as we Africans. So as we Africans, we must change, and it's start for us as young African, because our mind are open and see what is the white people done for us, because there are a problem of using modern foods.
Yes.
Because the modern food are the big problem for us as we African. We know that nowadays our life expectancy is decreased because of what? Because of the modern food, which are not proper, which are not have nutrient which our body needs.
Yes, yes.
So that is the problem. As we African, we know before that we use our natural food, and we know that we are strong enough as the African. As we black, we know that we are strong.
Yes.
But nowadays our life expectancy is decreased, and our money are wasted due to the disease which are erupted from the uses of modern foods.
Yes, this is a problem. You see that in planting of these foods,
of course,
you need a fertilizer. Also in the storage.
Or even, of course,
you need this organic.
In organic chemicals, and even during the growing of the product, because those products which are modern, or those plants which are modern, or seeds which are modern, are very attractive to all insects which are eat those plants which are grow, yes, which are modern. So you need drugs in order to preserve or to protect up to growing your seed or your plant in your agriculture. So that's the problem. Even from the planting, from the start, you start with fertilizer, and then during the growing you need medical, you need inorganic chemicals in order to protect your plant. Even in the storage,
also
you need the. So that's the problem. We eat the food which have contained inorganic chemicals which kill us as we African.
Now,
and
you think that you mean now some people are getting attack diseases?
Of course, diabetes.
Yes, diabetes. All these diseases from these foods, modern food that we eat now, Africans. You know, Africans before we were stronger enough.
Of
we
course.
can live in any condition.
Of course, but nowadays our life expectancy is decreased. If people have 55 years, is so old now. But back in days, we call it is adult which are not an old man.
Yes.
So, but nowadays, 55 years, you live longer. You have not you don't have enough power. Your eyes is decreased. Even you can. But all in all, we need to change as we African, and we know we are at large cost because of those food which we ate from modern, which are modern, because we are costed because we use much money in order to buy medicals, in order to be avoided with problem, in order to treat our problem as diabetes. As you say, people if people are sick from diabetes, need drugs. Yes. It's a lifetime or part time, but you need drugs. Yes. So if we need medicine, money are used. Yes. So if we change now, we can stop engaging in loss, because we are use our natural food, help us to build our body and to increase our immunity. Yes. So as we young African, we must change.
Yes, of course. You know, even the system of agriculture is changed now. If you have more capital, money, you can cultivate a large area.
Of course.
For those who have small capitals,
they still, of course, they can't, because everything in agriculture need money.
That is not a system of we Africans.
Of course, our culture is not in agriculture. We don't need money. Yes. You start yourself to farm area, and you harvest a large amount of crops. Anyway, so nowadays, as we young African, we beg you, young African, to change. As we African, we know that our continue to be enslaved because as a system which we cope are not compatible with our culture. So let us back on our roots and our culture in order to be strong as we African, as black. So don't forget to subscribe to Bachuba Online TV. This is another day. So don't forget to leave your comment and don't forget to share our video in order to open the mind of all young Africans who are living in the continent and who are living in the diaspora. So thank you.